All right, welcome back to the Off the Bed podcast. We are back for episode, 17. Don't know, whatever we're up to.
Certain number.
And today we're going to talk about a lot of the free agents. There's been a lot of movement. There's been a lot of movement. Trades, signings. So we could talk about this for hours, but we're going to try and condense it. And go through it pretty quickly. We're going to talk about how we like the trades, what we don't like, what the team's actually going to look like, little things like that.
Well, we're trying to get to everything, but obviously there's some moves we'll spend more time on than others.
Like the bigger names and all that. So obviously, So we're going to go through that. We've got a free agency tracker and we're going to go through it. Then we're also going to speak about UFC 317. Heartbreaking, but we're going to have to talk about it. I want to talk about where we're going to look to go for Ilya and Charles and Pantoja and Kite, where they should all go moving forward. Pantoja, I guess we already know his next fight. It's Josh Van. I got to admit, great fight.
Let's go, Josh Van.
He was amazing. He was actually amazing. So I was watching it and all I could think about was, damn, I just picked this guy. He's a good pick. I was like, that's a good pick.
He's that guy.
And I was not as high because I was thinking number one ranked guy is surely going to take out the 12th. Surely he just wasn't ready.
No, he was ready.
And he was ready. And then he came out like 10 minutes after his fight and started watching Pantoja.
And I'll be honest, he didn't even look that hurt. He had like a swollen.
No, he was just sitting there. He had a little black eye, but he was sweet. I was like, okay. What a badass. That was good. I was like, that's mad.
Awesome.
He just showed his dominance.
I was so hyped.
Yeah, that was good. So we're going to have to get started. We're going to get into the NBA free agency. We are starting on June 27th. For everyone wondering what dates we're actually starting. So, let's go.
All right. First couple of moves. They're nothing burgers, bro. Like, Andre Drummond exercised his player option with Philly, so hit that. Jared Butler declines, doesn't matter. Naz Reid, this was like the first big one because I wasn't sure if he was going back to Minnesota or not. 5-year, $125 million, with a player option in his final year. I mean, obviously they had to keep him, right? But I feel like 25 a year is a bit of an overpay.
It's hard to tell nowadays though as well. Like 25 a year gets you like a decent starter, which is crazy to me. And he is that, I guess. But when I look at the Timberwolves, like I think this deal is what lost them Nikhil.
It is,
because of the money. Like you've got Ant, then you got Randall, then you would say Dante or or I forget. McDaniels would be the next two, and then Naz Reid as your best players. So paying $25 million a year for your fifth best player is a little bit crazy to me. It's a little bit much, I do agree.
Well, they had the three, right? They had Naz, they had Nikhil, they had Randall, and they pretty much had enough money to re-sign Randall and keep one of the other six. So I think they re-signed Randall shortly after this. But I understand why they did it.
But they had to get him back.
They had to, right? Like, I think he's a bit more valuable than Nikhil is. Even though they obviously would have wanted to keep both. But I just thought it was more than I was expecting it to be.
I would have been happy with that 20.
I thought it was going to be around like the 18 to 20.
Like 20 would have been good. But I mean, they had to get him back. So I guess Nas had a lot of leverage as well because he knew Minnesota really wanted him. So I think that would have helped a lot. And he had a pretty big year in the playoffs. Hit some big shots down the stretch. Like he played pretty well compared to recent years.
I was going to say compared to Rudy. He played way better than Rudy.
Obviously. But like he had a pretty good playoffs for him, so I guess that would have helped boost him as well.
All right, next up. This one I thought was a bit of a weird one. Lonzo Ball traders to Chicago for Isaac Okoro.
Love it for Cleveland.
I love it for Cleveland as well, especially.
Hate it for the Bulls.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Bulls already have enough
What a shocker.
kind of wings, right? Like, wings that aren't really good at anything in particular.
I thought that was an absolute shocker by the Bulls. Good pickup as long as he's healthy for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Just to rub the point.
I mean, they had to get something back. They probably knew Ty Jerome was leaving, right?
Yeah.
So
that was a big loss. I got over there. But yeah, I don't know.
That was a good fit.
Yeah, I think you play Garland at. I mean, what? No, because you can't play Donovan at 3. You have to play him at 2.
You bring Lonzo
to the middle.
Bench.
Yeah,
you bring Lonzo off the bench, and then he's like a backup. Like, he'll jump in the starting lineup if Garland's injured.
Who's gonna score off the bench though?
That's something I'll have to figure out.
So I'm thinking if he's gonna be off the bench, which he has to be because Garland and Donovan are way too small to play anything other than guard.
Yeah.
Then they're in a little bit of trouble there of who's going to score off the bench.
I don't know, the way that they play their lineups, but they always keep...
Unless they just want to do 2 on.
They always keep 2 of Garland, Mitchell, Kim Goody out. And I feel like having facilitators and shooters around there, isn't bad. And because Lonzo is bigger, and because he can shoot, because he can play defense, you can play him with Mitchell and with Garland, and it'll probably work out all right.
Yeah, so I do like the pickup. But yeah, I am just wondering how they're going to score off that bench.
Yeah.
With Lonzo off there.
To be fair, though, Okoro didn't really do a whole lot for him anyway, so for them it's an upgrade regardless.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a terrible deal for Bulls.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're looking to go with that deal.
I don't know. I don't know.
The only thing I will say is, I guess, do you need Lonzo and Josh Giddey?
No.
They're kind of...
I mean, they had too many guards.
They're too similar, but then again, you've gotten back a guard.
Nah, Okoro is more of a wing, but...
Yeah.
He's smaller, but he is more of a wing. He's like a four-hand cock, but he's not very good at shooting the 3.
So he's a defensive, just dog.
No, I mean, he'll shoot the 3, smart.
Good. But speaking of Cleveland, they also got Sam Merrill's back.
Sam Merrill's pretty good. He didn't play a whole lot of minutes, but he's pretty good, and that's a pretty cheap deal for him as well.
Yeah, so that's good.
Davion Mitchell, as well from Miami. I really like Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, I think he's a dog.
So
he's good. 2-year, $24 million. About what you pay for him.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Because that's a contract that he could outplay. And get himself a bigger one in 2 years' time, but it's Miami taking a low risk, high reward.
Yeah, because now he can play. It's 2 years, so it's we're not giving him too long because he's only been good for a year.
Yeah.
So it's not giving him too long that's a waste if he's not really good.
Yeah.
But it's enough to keep him motivated. I've got another deal I've got to get here.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's good. I like that.
All right, we're gonna skip the next few because no one cares about the Nets. Kuminga got offered a qualifying offer, but I've heard that Sacramento was trying to work on a sign and trade with Malik Monk
to go to the Warriors.
And maybe get Kuminga back. And I kind of like that for both sides of Manals.
It's weird because Kuminga's a good talent. It's just he doesn't get playing time.
Yeah.
He hasn't played it.
It's not even like he's a bad fit because when he does play,
he scores.
He plays defense, he rebounds, he stretches the...
So I don't really know what's going on there. Why does he not play is my big question.
Yeah, I don't...
It's weird. It's not like he comes in and drops 10 a game. He'll come in and drop 15 plus a game. And it's well, so why can't you fit him in?
Yeah.
It's really weird to me. He doesn't fit into their lineup, so I like it. Especially if he moves and the Warriors can get something good back.
Yeah.
Then
next big move was, and this one kind of fucked over the Lakers if we're being honest. LeBron exercising player option, $53 million.
Shocker, absolute shocker.
I'll be honest, I was kind of thinking he was gonna sign like a 1-and-1, 1 year guaranteed, and then a player option for next year. for, I don't know, maybe 30 mil both seasons.
I think it's an absolute shocker from the Lakers.
Well, it's not really their fault, right? Like, they probably, I reckon.
I guess it's the player option, but like for the Lakers, I'm saying it's a shocker.
Oh, yeah.
Not from them, I guess. I said from, but for them. Because like, I'm just thinking, LeBron says he wants to win. He's putting pressure on him.
Yeah. But by him accepting this...
But now he's getting 52 mil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's Luka on? I don't even know, but...
Oh, he's like high 20s because he's that extension.
He hasn't got that extension yet.
Yeah.
So if LeBron took 30 and you got Luka on the high 20s, you could have made a really good team.
Yeah.
You could have got a few of these guys to put around him. But LeBron now being on 52 is going to make that really hard.
Makes it so much harder.
Because those higher end players, they can't get. Those guys who are like Nas Reed at that 25 mil a year, they can't get.
Yeah.
Because he's taking all that money.
Yeah.
So I think it's silly. And to see him come out and be like, oh, like 1 minute he's saying he hates ring culture and the next he's like, I need to compete for this championship and then to take 52 mil. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, I understand him being, I don't know, upset that the Lakers haven't made any moves because, well, let's be honest, they still could have. Even with him.
They could have done something, yes.
They could have done something.
Yeah.
This just like really limits what they can do.
Yeah.
Especially like signing wise. Like they can make trades, but they don't really have that many like decent tradable assets, I suppose. They don't really have a whole lot of picks.
No.
The players are a bit iffy.
The other thing I will say is they got lucky with the Luka trade that they didn't have to give up a whole lot.
Yeah.
So they still have stuff, whereas normally after a Luka trade, you'd have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So they can still make some moves, but it is going to be hard for them.
Well, I was saying a bunch of reports talking about how the Lakers are just going to take this year off. Next year's a better free agent class. Next year they're going to have more money.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, you're kind of just wasting probably LeBron's last year.
Yeah, I don't even know. I reckon LeBron's got, because I think LeBron will go out on like a party tour.
Yeah.
LeBron won't be the guy that's just like, by the way, I'm done. I think he'll say it before the year, this is my last year. So he gets like the farewell tour.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think he does like that stuff, and I think he would like the farewell tour.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
So the fact that he hadn't said it, I think he's got 2 years, but like 1 year is going to be a farewell tour.
Yeah.
And if the Lakers want to take the year off, this is the year he should be doing the farewell tour. Because then it's like, by the way, guys, I'm going to get 52 mil this year. I'm done next year.
Yeah.
I just want a farewell tour. So the Lakers can kind of skip under the not winning and not get blamed because it'll be a farewell tour year, not a winning year.
Yeah.
Kind of what happened with Kobe, where like they did lose a lot, but no one really talks about 2016 because it's like, oh, well,
yeah,
Kobe's last year.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? That's the same type of thing. But I don't know. I think he's going to have 2 more years, this year and next year. That's what I reckon, eh?
I don't know. Lakers are in a weird spot. I thought they were going to make a couple.
I thought they would have got a center by now. I missed out on the couple. I missed out on Brooke, Clint. They guess they still have DeAndre Ayton out there. Hasn't been signed yet. I heard he was open to get now. So I hadn't heard anything, which is a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would have been, if it was he signed his waiver to go to the Lakers, it would have already been done.
Yeah.
In my eyes. Then I heard the Warriors were talking to him.
Warriors were talking. Also, the Pacers were talking to him.
Yeah. Well, the Pacers need to now.
I know. There's a few options.
Yeah.
So I thought at first Lakers were a bit of a guarantee, but doesn't look like.
Doesn't at all, hey.
Jalen Williams.
Yep.
Signed 3-year extension.
Yep.
It was like not even 8 mil a year. So it's a good team friendly deal.
Well,
I was pretty happy.
Helps you guys in the long run.
100%. This gives us depth.
Yeah, he's a good player. Then not much has happened in a little while.
Well, the next big one, right, was the whole Dorian Finney-Smith.
I was just looking at him decline.
And then signs with Houston's.
Yeah, weird.
Which, I mean, Houston has an absolute squad now.
I love it for Houston. Absolutely love it.
They look really good. They look really good. After the KD trade, I thought they needed, one more thing.
Yeah.
And they've made about like 3 other units. Like they re-signed Steve-O, they signed Capella, who I don't think they need, but I mean it's healthy. It's a guarantee in case one of them get injured, like Bevo or anything.
Yeah.
And then
The squad's nasty. Their squad is nasty.
Yeah.
I have a good team.
They're for a good looking team.
Yeah, they should be the favourites. Oh, actually, them or Denver. I think Denver's made some really good moves.
Denver's also made some good moves. I don't think you can make them the favourites, but
The way I think of it is the team they had last year
yeah,
went 7 with the champions. Then they've added all this.
yeah.
It's like, huh.
No, they're better. 100% better.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, I do like Dorian Finney-Smith for the Rockets. I hate it for the Lakers.
Especially Honore losing him for nothing as well. But
They just declined your player option and said, see you later.
well, apparently the Lakers were going around telling other teams that he had knee problems to try and like shoot his value so they could re-sign him for less. He got word of that and he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Surely you don't do that at an NBA level. Because they would just call his agent.
yeah, you'd have teams just be like, "Hey, is there something wrong with your knee?"
Yeah, and the agent would be like, no, what? Let's go do a health test. Let's go do our medicals.
Yeah.
I bet you there's nothing wrong with his knee. And then all of a sudden, everyone just looks at the Lakers and goes, what is going on over there?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah. Crazy. Kelly Oubre re-signed with the Sixers.
Yep.
I like that deal. I like Kelly Oubre. I think he's a good fit, especially for that bench.
I think, there's not heaps going on there with Kelly. He's just a nice player.
Yeah.
He was meant to be better, and then he's kind of just plateaued.
I wouldn't even say plateau. I'd say he's just kind of, he got to a level, probably like his Phoenix level, and he's kind of stayed there.
Yeah, plateau.
That's not plateau. Plateaued is like,
No,
yeah, it was, isn't it?
that's declining. Plateau is.
Oh, either way.
Plateau is just like, yeah, you stop getting
Either way.
all worse.
It's early in the morning, guys. It's early. I'm still waking up.
Nice. Yeah,
Anyway,
the next big one, Duncan Robinson.
Well, he ended up getting traded.
Yeah,
He's in Detroit now.
but I didn't love to turn down 20 mil, and it said he was going to test free agency. I was like, I don't think you get any better than that.
I don't know. I think he got a bit less, but I mean, he got a 3-year deal. It was like 3-year 50 something. So he turned down a couple million a season for
Security.
Yeah. So for that reason, I like for him. And I like it for Detroit because they ended up losing.
Yeah, who did they give up for him?
I actually can't remember.
Who did they even give up for him? I don't actually remember.
It'll be on here somewhere. But
I'm looking for Detroit. I can't find it.
all right, we'll get to it when we get to it. We'll find it soon enough.
Bless you.
Hey. All right, where was he? Yeah.
Bless you.
No,
I'm still looking for it.
yeah, that's all right. We'll find it.
Duncan Robinson.
We'll get that cool.
Oh, yeah, they gave up Simone Fonseca.
Ah.
I don't know who that is.
No, right.
Oh, is this going to turn back on?
Yeah, well. Maybe not.
Our light doesn't want to turn back on. It's a sensitive light. It's annoying me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, so I gave up Simone Fonseca. I'm guessing a couple of picks.
No, there was nothing.
It's got to be, because otherwise that is a shocker.
It would say in there, but it was a sign and trade as well. It ended up being, so
Yeah, so it would have been that.
it was literally just that.
Maybe.
So
Well, there's no other players on there, so there's no picks.
win for Detroit. Win for Detroit.
Yeah.
Next move. This one I thought was a bit of a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Nurkic for Sexton.
Yeah, I'm not like it because they're both at the bottom, but I think Sexton is a good pickup for Charlotte.
I would have liked to see him go to an actual contender.
I would have liked that too, but like he's for Charlotte, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. But I don't love it for the Jazz.
No, Nurkic is a weird fit.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it'll work that well, and he doesn't make them heaps better even.
No.
Anyway, so it's like, well, what was the point of this?
Yeah.
This trade didn't help either team. And I liked Sexton. I thought, okay, yeah, you got Markkanen. You got not much else, but Sexton was pretty good.
Yeah.
And now Markkanen's a power forward, but so you got two guys who are the bigger men.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Kessler. They've still got John Collins.
Yeah. They drafted a lot of point guards in the last couple of years, but none of them have worked out.
Yeah.
And you just gave up the only good point guard.
Yeah.
So I was like, unless they're thinking their draft picks are actually getting better and they're developing, or
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you couldn't trade Sexton to a contender and probably gotten something better back than Yusuf Nurkic. I feel like his trade value should have been higher than Nurkic because Nurkic is not that good.
Well, yeah, you gave up a second round pick
with him. Yeah, so I feel like there was definitely a better deal on the table, but maybe there wasn't.
Yeah. Then next one, I think.
Next we won James Harden, 2-year, $81.5 million deal with Clippers, player option in the second year. So 1 year guaranteed, 1 year player option.
Yep.
I like it, I suppose. Like, I don't know.
I just think
the Clippers are just stuck in mediocrity.
They're stuck in that first round. Yeah. Like, I can't see him getting further.
They did sign Brook Lopez.
Good pickup.
He'll be their backup. And that's pretty solid.
But
that's nothing that's going to change the whole lot, you know?
Like, let's say they play Denver again, they're still going to lose.
Yeah.
I think unless they get lucky with a pretty easy team in the first round, they're not getting past the first round.
I feel like it's not really any easy team from the...
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have to get lucky, but like, I don't know. I don't see them getting past the first round. I don't see them getting much better. You got James Harden, who struggles in the postseason. You've got Kawhi, who struggles with injuries.
Yeah.
Like, so your two stars have two major weaknesses. I don't know where they can really go from here, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, James and Kawhi are both... And Kawhi's 34.
Yeah.
James is like 36.
So that's like he'd be older.
So
they're kind of stuck in no man's land.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're waiting for them to retire.
I don't know if that's the right way. Like, it's not the right way to go about it, but like, you are right. That's what it seems like they're doing. But
like, yeah, it's just what it looks like they're doing. Like, they're just like, okay, we'll just wait till you guys are done, then we'll try something. Because while you're here, we're still good enough that no one notices.
I mean, they're good enough for 40, 45 wins.
And I think that's what they're happy with. It's what it seems like. Like, they're just happy to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
Say they're as good as the Lakers, pretty much. That's just what it seems.
I reckon they'll be better than the Lakers this year.
I mean, if the Lakers don't get DeAndre Ayton, yeah, they'll be in trouble.
Bobby Portis, 3 44 mil with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fit. I'll be honest, I've heard a lot about him to Golden State. I really like that fit, so I kind of wanted that to happen. But I don't hate him staying.
Golden State haven't really made a move yet, to be fair.
Golden State?
Yeah, they haven't really done anything.
They've got Al Horford.
Did they?
Yeah.
When did they get him?
Right, that's
so upsetting.
Yeah.
Why did he leave? Why did he leave us?
Well, probably because he wants to compete. He's got a better chance competing next year with the Warriors than he does in Boston.
That's true. He's like, surely they gave him a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't give him more than one.
No, it was only 1 year.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's upsetting.
Yeah.
There's another center.
I know.
Lakers could have used him somehow. Not for a full game, but they could have used him.
They could have used him for 20 minutes.
You know what I mean? Like, I never noticed him on the court as a liability. Like, I loved him in the Celtics.
I mean, he was good in the minutes he played, but once he started playing in too much.
Well, that was because Kristaps was injured, so we had to play him, and then it was a bit struggles. But like, I never sat there and I was like, "What is he doing?" I was always just like, "Yeah,
No, he's
keep going now."
He's smart.
Yeah, like he didn't.
He's a
Yeah,
good player.
that's upsetting.
Jabari Smith, 5 years, 142 mil. This guy I thought was a mad overpay. I don't think Jabari is worth that much money.
Think about this: is he worth the same as Nas Reed?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
And we both said Nas Reed was a little overpayment.
And I like Jabari as well. Like, I think he's a great fit. I'm glad Houston kept him. But, like, God, he's not worth.
Houston might have problems the next couple of years, though.
No, I mean,
When Şengün gets old enough to get a bigger contract.
they had money to free up because they kind of got off of paying Jalen Green. And once Jabari's extension kicks in, KA's contract will be done.
Really?
So, yeah. So it'll kind of tape over.
Okay.
But like, I still think it's a massive.
KD's got, what, 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 contracts. Okay. Yeah. Just feels like with so many guys, they've just signed, it's like, whatever, then like Şengün gets good enough.
Well, I think he's still got.
He'd have a few years left on his rookie still.
I think he's got this season, and then he's due for an extension next year. Unless they've already signed him to one.
No, I reckon he'd be due for it. So he's had like 2 years left, I reckon, on his rookie.
No, it doesn't mean unless like they've already done it.
I'd be surprised. I haven't heard anything about them already doing it.
Well, they haven't this off season, but they might have last year. Yeah, they already paid him one.
Really?
5 year, 185 mil in last year. Yeah, so he's already getting paid. They got off at Draymond Green.
I thought he had a couple of years left on his rookie.
No, so he'd have 3 more years now on that deal.
Yeah, okay. They got to him early.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Other
than that, there's not been enough for a while on this.
There was a bunch of like little offers.
There's
a few like little extensions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it now.
Front up, whatever.
These are all the little ones that I'm going through right now.
Yeah, we don't need to talk a whole lot about
Patty Spencer
or EJ Liddell.
That was DeAndre Ayton declining the finalizing buyout. Sorry. Joey Ingles going to Minnesota.
They're just on the 1 year deal. Darren Sharp, 2 year. I like that. I like Darren Sharp. Nick Batum re-signed 2 years with Clippers.
Yeah.
Jason Tate.
What do you think about the So you got, I found a Dorian Finney-Smith actually. We've got Dorian Finney-Smith from the Rockets. Jake LaRavia. Have you heard anything about him to the Lakers?
Yeah.
I don't think I've really seen him play.
He played.
He was on the Kings, I saw.
Yeah, he played.
But I don't remember watching him.
Nah, so he played his rookie year with Memphis. Again, pretty good. He played the first half of last season with Memphis, and he was pretty good. Then he got traded to Sacramento, and he just didn't play a whole lot. He's a decent player. He's nothing.
He's not a starter or anything?
Well, they might have to start him.
So I was thinking, that's what I'm asking. I'm like, I don't really know anything, but like they're gonna have to play him.
They might have to start him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's not the greatest. He's more of a bench guy. Like if he's your starter, you're playing 30 games a year.
Yeah, I saw the deal and I was like, oh, I don't really know who you are. Then the next big one would be Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
The trade, that was a big deal.
I kind of like it for both sides, to be honest.
I don't like it for Brooklyn. I do for the Nuggets. I think it's a big pickup for the Nuggets. I think Cam Johnson's better than Michael Porter Jr.
He is, but it's not like by a lot.
I've heard people be like, oh, it's like Michael Porter Jr. times 20. And I'm like, he's not that much better, but he's better.
He's better. He's not great. He's more consistent. And he's a better defender. But that's about it.
I think my problem with it for Brooklyn is you already have Cam Thomas.
Yeah.
You add Michael Porter Jr. There's not a whole lot of offense other than ISO.
No, but they just drafted 4 passes.
Yeah, like, still though, like, you got 2 guys that don't like to pass the ball on the same team. It could work, but I would need to see it work. You know what I mean?
But I don't think anyone else is too fussed about the Nets anyway.
No.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to make a push.
Apparently they want to keep him, so I don't know, maybe they ship off Cam Thomas.
Maybe.
But
he's really up and down.
I don't know.
I don't know what you get for Cam Thomas.
I don't feel his value is all that high.
No. And then you got D'Angelo Russell signed to the Mavericks.
That was a big pickup.
Yes, I love it.
I really
when Kyrie's injured, shove him in and it's good enough.
Yeah.
When Kyrie gets back, he's a very good bench player.
Yeah. I really like
You love him on the bench for your team.
I really like that from the Mavs.
And Ty Jerome.
It's in Memphis.
Yep. Hate it for Cleveland. Love it for Memphis.
Yeah.
You just lost Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
Pick up Ty Jerome. It's like, look, yeah, he's not as good, but he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's a very good pickup.
And you're paying him way less too.
Yeah, 3-year, 27
So
for a guy that nearly won 6 man.
yeah.
That's
That
pretty good.
was a good pickup.
Considering I don't know what we're paying Peyton or we're going to pay Peyton, but I bet it's a lot more.
It's in the teens. I know it's in the teens.
Yeah, it's a lot more than 3-year, 27. That's a 9.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. re-signed with Milwaukee. I
Love it
too. I thought he played really well.
Yeah. We
Luke.
haven't done a whole lot.
Who?
Milwaukee.
Oh, they've done bits and pieces.
I love that. That's one of their good.
That was one that I really liked.
Yeah.
The moves that they have made, I'm a big fan of.
Yes.
Because they kept
Obi Portis.
They kept Portis.
Yeah.
They kept Porter. They kept Gary Trent.
Yeah.
And then they signed Turner.
Yes.
Like, none of those are bad moves. They're all good moves.
I don't know how I feel about the Dame one. I get you needed cap space to sign Turner.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love a guy's injured and you just sign him off. Because like he got injured coming back early to play for your team.
I hate it for Dame.
Like I think
I feel for him.
it's definitely a business move, but I'm like, damn, that hurts.
That's rough.
I'm like, wow,
100%.
can't believe you did that to him. You know what I mean?
But I understand it, right? Like I said, they do that and they do something to keep Giannis, and apparently Giannis signed off on it. Like he was like, yeah.
I heard Giannis hated it.
So I've heard so many different things. I've heard he signed off and like he's all good, and he was pushing and helping them trying to get Miles Turner.
Yeah.
But then he was unhappy with them releasing Dame.
So it's like he thought they could get Turner without
That's when
anyway off.
It's like the only way they could get Turner is if they got rid of Dame.
And I think he didn't know the whole Dame thing because I reckon he's similar to us, where he's like, that's rough.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
It is rough on him and it hurts.
Yeah.
But I guess he's not going to play next year anyway.
No. I don't know.
Heard a lot of Dame to the Warriors.
I'd like to see where he ends up. Apparently, he'd asked to go rehab in Portland so he could be with his kids, and Milwaukee said no. So...
Well, like the Trailblazers.
No, just like he wanted to... Like,
Before he's all hanging in Portland.
he wanted to spend the year in Portland so he could rehab, and be with his family. And the Bucks are like, no.
I get why they said no, though. Because, like, I get in the off-season, you'd be like, yeah, whatever. But during the season, you're like, well, you're also one of our key players. We need you around the team.
Yeah.
Like, they need to know you're still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Kevon
Looney. This one is also better than nothing, really.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting older. It's just like, I don't think it makes New Orleans that much better.
No.
It's sad for the Warriors because he's been a long-time Warrior.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
That's not it. Luke Connect to San Antonio. I like that for them.
I hate it.
Don't like it for Boston.
I absolutely hate this.
I feel like you guys have just been losing and losing.
We've lost everybody. Oh.
You've got Derek White and Jaylen Brown. And Simons.
It's so sad. We've lost Luke Cornett, Drew Holiday, Chris Stapps. Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Peyton. We've kept Peyton.
Yeah, I've kept Peyton for Neverless.
I don't know how, but he's probably going to run away from home.
It's just,
It's absolutely heartbreaking.
It's right.
I can't lie. We're going to have such a bad year next year, and you're going to love it because you're going to have such a good year. I'll be cheering for everybody else.
I don't know. I feel like Derek White Jalen Brown, if others enough to still get you to play it. But if I'm Boston, that's not what I want.
I think play is just like a no-win situation.
That's what I mean. Like, you're not going to get a good pick,
No.
or you're going to get smoked in the playoffs.
You just rather want to tank or be really good.
That's why I mean, pick one or the other. And I feel like at the moment they're like, oh, we have a good enough team to make the play-in still.
And it's like, oh.
It's like, that's not what you want. Like, especially you finish this draft. Next year's draft is so good. If I was them, I'd be shipping off everyone.
It's hard because you don't want to ship off everyone because you're like, oh yeah, but even if we do get that good draft pick, we still want to have good players. But those good players are going to get us wins to the play-in.
Yeah.
It's really, yeah. I would love to see, like, us trade Jalen Brown and get a whole lot of shit back. Like, just get an absolute package.
Well, I think it's too late now. Like, teams were calling about Jalen Brown and Derek White offering draft picks. And you guys were like, no, we don't want that.
And I think just the way everything's gone, I wouldn't actually mind seeing Jalen Brown go and just get a whole package back. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with the year we're going to have anyway, if we're going to do that little mini rebuild, we might as well do it correctly, you know what I mean?
Probably don't half-ass it. And
Yeah.
You're stuck in it.
And just build a team that is just around Tatum.
Yeah.
And see what can happen.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. All right. A few other little moves. Karis LeVert signed to the Pistons.
Yep.
I'm a fan. I like that.
Yeah.
Trey Jones re-signed to Chicago. Bruce Brown back to Denver.
Love that for Denver.
Already talked about Brook Lopez.
Yep.
Luka Garza signed with Boston. Literally who?
Matt, it's Luka Garza, man.
Literally who? Nikhil.
We're paying him $2 million, man.
Nikhil signed with Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then they signed Luke Kennard like 20 minutes later. The Hawks have an absolute squad.
I love it for the Hawks. They've actually built a team.
They've actually built a good team, and it's like a good team around Trae Young as well.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, they've just stopped the wing defenders and shooters, guys who can get their own shot.
They do have a few guards now, but that's fine. Nikhil, I mean, you play wing, but
like they're guard heavy, but they're guards that are bigger. Like Dyson's bigger, Nikhil's bigger.
That's what I mean. Right? The Nikhil's that can play wing.
I'm but I mean, I like the moves that they've made. Like, they're absolutely trying to win.
Yeah,
it's like they saw, all right, Pacers are out, Boston's out. Let's actually make some moves and like try and compare for it while the East is open. And they've made good moves as well. Like the Porzingis, it's like a real low risk, high reward because apparently whatever he had, he's fine now. Apparently whatever he had, he's good to go. He passed Atlanta's like physicals with flying colors. So if he can come back, play.
We've got nothing for him.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah. That's so upsetting.
So
I don't want him injured. But like, if you're going to be hurt for us, why are you going to be sweet for another team, man?
And I really like that fit too. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, Atlanta made some moves.
Torian Prince going back.
Yeah, that was a good pickup too for that. Tyus Jones signed with Orlando.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah,
they went from having no point guards or no guards really at all
to now having
Tyus Jones and Desmond Bain. Like, that's a massive upgrade.
Yep.
Jordan Clarkson, 1 year deal with the Knicks. I like that one.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised actually.
That's $3 million.
No, not even that. I was surprised that Utah waived him. They didn't trade him there. He didn't sign. Utah waived him, and then he signed there. I feel like you could have gotten something back for him.
Yeah, I feel like you could have done what it would have been. No, it wasn't even a sign. It couldn't even done a sign and trade. He would have already had money.
No,
he was already on contract. Yeah, like,
it was no sign.
I don't know what they were thinking, but like,
actually, he just got waived by Utah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I feel like Jordan Clarkson, like, yeah, he had a down year last year. But he's still good enough to get you something.
He's good enough to get you a pick.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that. I think they just wanted him gone. If I'm honest, that's what it seemed like. Utah was like, all right, just get going. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go.
No, that is what it seems like, but I don't understand it. I don't know. Some of these moves have been a bit evil.
Well, Lakers got a really good pickup. They traded with Chicago and got Rocco Zakarski.
Yeah, he played for the NBA last year.
His position is COA.
He's a. I'm trying to, because he played like the 4-5 over here.
Okay.
He's probably an NBA 4.
Okay.
I don't think he's big enough to play the 5.
They still haven't picked up a center.
Yeah, so it's not no up. Shea re-signed to a 4-year, $285 million extension.
Fucking heavy.
So much money.
Holy. I was reading a thing, actually.
Yeah.
And in the last year of his deal, he's going to get like 78 mil.
71.
71.
71 is the last year.
That's like 900 a game.
Yeah. It's well deserved, though.
He's very, yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of... I don't get how these contracts just keep getting bigger.
Well, because the NBA hits Brandon more money.
I don't get how every year one of these star players signs this massive deal and it's like record breaking. And I'm like, okay, but can we just stop breaking records for like a year?
Yeah.
Can we just have a year where like the stars get the same money?
Did you just say that because that's what you date Jaylen Brown?
He is in the back of my head because
But you think about guys who have gotten the record-breaking deals,
yeah,
it's Jokic, it's Shea, and it's Jaylen Brown. Like,
hey, you think he's our best player? Don't you start?
no. My opinion's changed now, bro. My opinion's well changed.
He is not our best player.
No. Derek White's probably better than Jones.
I thought you were going to say Jason Tatum. I was going to lose it.
No. Yabusele signed a 2-year deal with the Knicks. I like that for them. He just had a really good year with Philly.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about Miles Turner's game.
Yeah.
Valanciunas traded out Darius Saric, so that's a really good backup. Gary.
And Denver's looking good.
Denver is looking good. And they signed Tim Hardaway as well. So
I reckon Denver might be my pick. Them or the Rockets, obviously. The Rockets are looking nasty too.
yeah.
The Denver's really good, and it's like, well, you got Jokic.
Yeah. No, they are good. Like, they finally have a center that kind of like semi-decent.
So you can put behind Jokic and be like, okay, Jokic, have 5 minutes off, and then you can go back on and actually just cook.
Actually do something.
Instead of just being dead tired the whole time.
Milwaukee signed Gary Harris.
Yep.
They traded Pat Connaughton for Visali and Micic.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a massive deal.
No, it's nothing big.
Like, so,
I don't like that the Bucks had to attach 2 Satins. I feel like that could have been used elsewhere, but oh well.
it's fine.
Dennis Schroeder to the Kings.
Yep.
Jarrett Sims re-signed with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yapton Fertile signed an extension with Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
3-year, 84.5.
Yep. Again, not heaps.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's not much going on there, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
There
was a bunch of like rookie signings. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll just kick those.
Tim Hardaway Jr. One year with Denver.
Yeah.
Leighton Nance, 1 year with Cleveland.
And then Duncan Robinson.
Robinson trade.
There we go. So he...
trained him. 3-year extension with Charlotte. I love him. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
And then Eric Gordon signed with Philly.
Yeah.
Which is good for Philly.
And then Dinwiddie signed with Charlotte. Dante Exum re-signed with Dallas.
Yeah, I saw the Dinwiddie to Charlotte. I mean,
Move so far.
I like that for Charlotte.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
good.
Me too.
There's just not much going on there, if I'm honest. Let's see if Shams has done anything new since I've been here. No. Dante Exum.
No.
Boring. Thought there would have been something big. Yeah, look, I think there's been a lot of movement this off season.
Yeah.
But there's been some teams that I'm so disappointed in.
Give me an example.
What?
DeAndre Ayton is expected to sign with the Lakers once he clears waivers today.
Yeah, I thought it would have already been done.
And the Al Horford news will probably come out later.
Yeah.
Golden State.
I think I'm disappointed in the Lakers. then they could have made more moves than they have. Is like,
think about it, right? Like,
even if they get Klimt, not Klimt, DeAndre, that was still disappointing. I think they could have made a couple more moves.
Nah, but even then, that's like their whole off season. That's just happened by chance. Like there was no guarantee. Like no one knew Aiden was going to get waived.
Yeah.
It just happened to. So, and I'll be honest, I don't know how much I like his fit with Luka. Like he's a physical being that doesn't play physically. He'll get in the post and instead of paying him, he'll shoot a fadeaway. Well, yes, 7'2", 140 kilos.
So we're going to say pounds then? I was going to laugh. I was like, mate, we do not know pounds.
No.
I was like, do not even try.
No. So,
yeah. I think I'm disappointed by them. Weirdly, the Hornets and the Pelicans and the Jazz have made a few moves, but they're all just nothing moves.
yeah.
It's like, cool, you made moves, but like, what are they doing for you?
Yeah, they haven't really done anything to...
I disappointed the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors have done much.
No, they were another team where I thought they
They would have made some moves. You know, you got Steph, and he's not even telling you, oh, I'll leave. He's saying, I will stay. But you have to keep doing stuff for me. You can't just do nothing. There's a few teams that just stayed the same. I'm really, really happy with like Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think they've done really well. I think the Knicks have done quite well because they didn't need to add a whole lot, the Knicks, but they've added the little bits and pieces.
Yeah. Atlanta, New York,
Yeah.
Houston,
Obviously. Dallas, yes.
and Orlando, actually. Orlando is another team that I'm pretty happy with what they've done.
Trying to think of another team that's done well.
I feel like they're the winners, right? Like those.
Yeah.
If you had to pick 2 East teams, 2 West teams, you'd probably pick Houston, Dallas, and Denver.
Oh, yeah, Denver. And
yeah,
they've had an off season.
If you had to pick East teams, sorry, you would say New York. You'd say Orlando.
No.
You'd say Atlanta.
Yeah.
But they're capitalizing on.
Definitely would not say Boston.
No. Personally, I'm happy with OKC. Like,
You guys didn't need to do much.
no, like the biggest thing was re-signing the guys that we had and we signed them all to pretty cheap deals.
Like you saying, yeah, you were just worried about keeping your guys.
Yeah.
You did that.
So, pretty happy.
Don't know how I feel about the Pistons. They've made a few moves, but
See, I think they've made upgrades, right? They've essentially lost Tim Hardaway and what's his face? Dennis Schroeder. And they've replaced them with Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson.
yeah, I don't know. I think they're kind of the same.
Yeah, Karis LeVert,
They've made a few moves to be the same.
are pretty similar.
Yeah,
I feel like Duncan's an upgrade over Tim Hardaway.
he's a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah,
So,
I was thinking you guys. Yeah, you've done like not much.
yeah.
Kind of stay the same. But as we move on to UFC,
Yeah.
we'll quickly touch on it. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely gut-wrenching.
How much of the card did you watch?
I watched Josh Fan onwards.
Josh Wood.
I was busy and then I rushed to go watch the rest of the fight.
All right.
And I was like, I need to watch some of this.
So some of my picks,
Yes.
I had Terrence McKinney, and he won in like 55 seconds.
Oh, no.
Last submission. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Tracy Cortez, good. Unanimous decision. Jose
She won.
Miguel Delgado won by KO, and it was like a good KO as well. It was a strong knockout. I'm sure have you seen the clip?
Yeah,
It was very good.
I have seen that clip.
The follow-up was unnecessary. Jack Hermanson was like literally laying on the floor, dead, stiff, wasn't moving.
I swear that happens every time though. The guy's fully knocked out. They're out like a light.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the other bloke will jump on him as if the bloke was sprawling like a fish and just start hammer fisting it. And I was
For
like,
some reason, it's always when Herb Dane's referencing.
and I'm like, are they gonna like get up, like stop it? It happened to Charles.
Yeah.
It hit him like twice, and I seen the slow mo. And he's just laying there, eyes closed, whack,
It's terrible.
whack,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, come on, boys, get him off.
Yeah.
Talbot won.
Peyton Talbot got a big win.
Yep.
And well, he looked really improved, right? Like his biggest thing last fights was his grappling looked terrible, and he got dominated on the ground.
Yeah.
He probably enjoyed it.
There we are.
Yeah, but his grappling was way better against Lima, who's a grappler.
Yeah.
So, big improvement. He looked really good. Letdown of the night was Moicano and Zari.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Moicano would win. Can't lie.
I think everyone thought Moicano was going to win, especially with the shit he was talking on the presser. Like, he was just really timid. He wasn't doing a whole lot. I reckon Moicano got the first round, but then Darius just kind of dominated it too. Like, not anything fancy, but
He just played smart.
yeah, he just took him to the ground and held him and landed a couple strikes. Everybody happy to win.
And then fight of the night.
Fight of the night, Josh Van and Brendan Royval. Josh Van has already jumped up to the number 1 contender spot.
That's crazy, man.
Insane. Jumped from 14 to 1.
I'm standing on it. If I'm the number 2, the number 3, or the number 4, I'm pissed with the UFC.
But why?
Because I'm going, this guy wasn't even ranked 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He wins 2 fights and now he's all of a sudden better than me.
Well, he beat the number 1 guy on short notice.
Yeah, but like in my head, I'm like, if you're number 2, right? Let's say you're the number 2 ranked guy. I was the number 1. I haven't fought you, but I just lose to a number 12. And now then they've said, no, number 12 is better than you. You'd be like, hold on. No. He beat number 12. Good on him. Yeah, putting out's like 5th.
Well, no.
How has he jumped ahead of me when I was number 2? Like, I've proved I should be number 2.
Well, I mean, they should have stepped in.
Like, I'm just saying, like,
Like, let's
don't love it.
have a look, all right? Let's have a look. So, Brendan Moreno,
Yes.
he fought pretty recently. It's like last month.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a win. I can't remember who it was over. Steve Ursett. It was like last month.
Mm-hmm.
But Moreno was lost to Royval. Josh Vans beat Royval. Clive just had a title shot. I don't even know who Tatsuro Taira is. Manel Karp was meant to fight Royval, but he's the one that stepped out because he got hurt.
But like I'm just saying, like in my head, that doesn't make sense. Like that doesn't happen in any other sport.
But if
Like in the NBA,
you beat the number 1 guy,
if you're the Hornets and you just played the Celtics who are number 2 in the East and you beat them, you're not all of a sudden number 2 in the East.
no, but that's a bit different.
You know what I mean?
That's a bit different. Like,
I just don't love that he was able to jump from 12 to 1. I think he was able to big jump, but I would have liked to see him go from 12 to 5.
but why would you still have him under the guy that you just beat?
Well, I'm not saying Royval is higher than him.
So you're saying Royval should have dropped down to like 6?
Like they should have dropped Royval to 1 below Josh,
Right.
but not had Josh above every other contender. Like, I think you still got to give like Moreno his flowers, Kai his flowers, and say, look, you've been doing it for a little while longer. You're still there, and then tell Van whether he's getting the title shot or not. Like, yeah, he kind of have to because Pantosia's beat everybody. But like in a normal division, those guys wouldn't have all had title shots, right?
Right.
And you're going, you're going to fight one of these guys to prove you're worth the title shot.
But he just beat the number 1 guy in that division.
Yeah. But a lot of guys have beaten top guys and then had to find another contender. I'm just saying he's deserving of the title fight.
Yeah.
But I don't love that he's the number 1 ranked. I would have rather seen him be 5, or I'd have to read through the list and go, he should be better, he should be better, who should be better. For now, until Van wins another fight.
But he's the second best guy in the division.
At the time, but like an 11-person jump to me doesn't work. I don't love it.
I think if you fight 2 times in a month, or 2 times in the span of 3 weeks.
But the other guy wasn't a top ranked guy.
No, the other guy is ranked, where is he? 14 now.
Yeah.
And he went up.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, if both guys were in the top 10, I would agree with you. But the fact that one guy wasn't and one guy was, is like,
The other guy was ranked 12. Van beat him, took his spot.
Yes.
And then Royval was ranked 1. Van beat him, took his spot.
Yeah.
That's how it should work.
Okay, let me do it like this, right?
That's how it should work. Because you're not going to drop Royval 4 spots just because you lost. Because Royval's beat Moreno.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to put Moreno...
So use the same logic.
What do you mean?
If Royval can't drop that far,
Yeah.
then Van can't rise that far. Same logic.
No, but you were saying that you think Van should have jumped up to 6.
Well, it was just a number in my head.
Okay, we'll say he jumped up to 4. You're not going to drop Royval to 5.
If that's who he beat, yeah. If you're saying he's better than Royval, you could, yeah.
But you're not going to drop Royval that much.
Kai just fought for the title, right? Meaning if he beat Pantoja, he would have been the champion, even though Royval would have still been a ranked fighter, right?
Yeah.
So, put Kai above Royval right now.
No, if Kai won,
I'm just saying it.
then Kai would be the champ, Pantoja would be the number 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But you could then, in my theory, put Kai above Royval, and I wouldn't bat an eye because Kai just fought for the title.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So now Royval's number 4 in this ranking. Okay. Put Van at 3.
You're saying no. So you're saying if Kai lost or if Kai won, you would move him above. Because
he's had history in the top 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for sake of argument of the guys, I would be okay with putting ahead of Royval.
Okay. But why would you put Kai above Royval?
Because I'm saying I wouldn't bat an eye. Like you're saying, how can you put him 5? I'm just saying, if this guy was above him, I wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, but you're not going to...
That's all I'm saying.
But you're not going to put Kai above him, is what I'm saying.
You don't have to, no. But like, I wouldn't bat an eye. Like, if Royval just lost to another 12 ranked guy.
Yeah.
If anyone else... If I go to another division, okay?
Okay.
We have Denny Ige.
No, prime example. It's literally happening next month. When Jean Silva and Diego Lopez fight, if Jean Silva beats Lopez, he should jump up to number 3. He should be above him.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Because Jean Silva hasn't proved he's better than Ortega. He hasn't proved he's better than Yair Rodriguez, or Sterling, or Arnold Allen, or Leroy Mer. He hasn't proved it yet with multiple top-rank fights.
But that shouldn't matter. If you beat guy like Diego Lopez has beat Ortega, he's beat Emmett.
Okay.
And he would probably smoke Rodriguez. Right?
I'm just saying.
So if Silva beats the guy who's beating the guys above you currently, yes, you should be above.
No, because then that will create like a triangle of like, oh, well, you beat him, but then you beat him, but then he beat me, but because I beat you, I should be above you, but then because you beat him, you should be above him, but then because he beat me, you should be above him. I think it creates a triangle of, well, where do we put people?
I think
there needs to be more of a system. Like, as I'm saying,
it's a system. If
this is the way I think.
A guy that's ranked above you, take their spot.
Okay, this is how I think.
That's the
I'm going to this. Denny Ige fights Max Holloway.
Yes.
He beats Max Holloway.
Yes.
Is Denny Ige now better than Evelev, Lopez, Rodriguez, Ortega? No. He shouldn't be above the rankings.
Just because you're ranked higher doesn't mean you're better. Like, you've seen guys, like, prime example, Kai, ranked 5th.
Yeah.
The title shot. He's not. There's 4 guys better than him in that division.
Then what's the point of having a ranking? The ranking is to say he's the top. He should be next in line.
Yeah, but
because he's the best.
But they don't do it that way.
Then why is there a ranking?
Well, because you can't just fight everyone in order.
No, you can't.
You've got to set up matchups a certain way.
But the way you read it is like, okay, Holloway right now, if I was to look at the rankings, they're saying Holloway is the best fighter other than Volk. Then they're saying Envelope is the next best fighter. Then it's Lopez.
Yeah.
But they're just saying, but Lopez is going to get the title fight because he deserves it, but he's still the third best fighter. So what's the point of a ranking if it's not ranking the best? Doubts.
Well, because it kind of is, but you've got to... No, but if you're 12 and if I'm 12, you're 1, I beat you, I should be above you.
You should be above me.
Yeah.
You should be above everybody else.
But if that guy was above everyone else and I beat you, you should take...
Again, we will go back to any other sport. This just doesn't happen.
But this is unique to this sport. There is no other sport that has rankings this way.
Every other sport ranks teams 1 down.
Yeah, but that's different, right? Like, even...
They're on a point system, but, like, I just don't think that a guy... As much as I loved his performance and I thought he is very good, and I think he'll actually deserve the title shot because he looked really good against a number one contender. At the same time, I don't think he is deserving of a number one ranked spot because he has only fought 2 ranked guys.
Yeah.
One of them is now 14th ranked.
Yeah.
And was 12th at the time he fought him. And then he's only fought one other top 10 guy. I get he was the number one, but it's only one other top 10 guy. I need to see, before he can be number one ranked in my eyes, you need to have at least 2 top 10 ranked fights.
Okay, but in the UFC's eyes, he just beat the number one guy. Now he is the number
Okay, the UFC probably know more than me, but I'm just saying, this is how I look at it.
Okay, you can look at it that way.
Like, I just don't think he's proven enough to be number one.
I don't think he has to. It's beat the number one guy. In the judge's eyes, there was a 29-28,
It was
a 29-28,
and a 30.
and a 30-27.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah, but like,
Across the board, if it's a unanimous decision,
it's like our whole
conversation with us, with the eye test.
As I said, Van was great. I've given him his flowers. But I don't think he should jump up to 1 from 12. 3 weeks ago, he wasn't even ranked.
But now he is.
3 weeks ago, he wasn't top 15.
Okay.
And now he's meant to be number 1 in 3 weeks.
That's right.
No, that's not. That's just not how it should work.
But that's how it does work.
It just shouldn't.
But that's how it does.
It just shouldn't. I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't love it. All right. Then we move on. Kai versus Pantoja.
Kai looks like shit. Kai looks like shit.
He was horrible, man. He got ragdolled.
Yeah. And like some people will look at it and be like, oh, he made it to the 3rd round. That doesn't mean
He lost both the first 2 rounds.
like 100%. He was, yeah, he didn't do it.
He got bodied.
He did nothing.
It wasn't close.
Not at all.
It was kind of sad. I can't lie. I was like, damn.
I have seen a few people be like, oh, he made it to the 3rd round. He must have done it right.
No, he did not.
No, he didn't.
It was 2-0, gonna be 3-0 until he got tapped.
And like, I think we both wanted Kai to win.
So we both said Pantoja's going to win. We both said Pantoja's going to win.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want him to, but he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sad fight.
the main card, well, the main event, sorry, Taporia and Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I might be like the number 1 Charles fan.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the guy's shorts. Right.
I know a couple of hardcore Charles fans, and you're up there, yeah? You're one of the top.
One. And I don't know if maybe...
And I love Charles, but I'm not as into him as you are.
I don't know if maybe it's just because I actually really enjoy watching Ilya. Didn't hurt me emotionally as much as I thought it was going to. And I think it is just because I enjoy watching Ilya. I think if it was anyone else, a different story. But
It's weird.
I like Ilya.
I hate him, but love him at the same time. I hate him.
Can't hate him.
I hate him because he beats Volk and he beats Oliveira and he's smashed Holloway. But I'm like, you're so fucking good.
Yeah. And now he's pound for pound number 1 now. So he's taken over Islam's spot.
I think that's a little bit undeserving.
I don't know about that.
I just think Ilya's better still. I think Ilya is the pound for pound best. I get like Ilya's won his 2 divisions now.
I mean,
And he's like, hasn't.
You said it's undeserving.
Well, I just think Ilya's better. I think Ilya should be number 1 still. I think he should be number 2, Ilya.
So you think he should be number 1 or number 2? Because you just said both.
So Islam should be number 1.
No, you said Ilya should.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I meant Islam should be number 1. Ilya should be number 2.
No.
That's in my.
No, Ilya should be number 1, 100%.
No.
Look at the level of competition. Islam's most recent fight was against Moicano.
Yeah, but you can't blame Islam for that, man.
But it still is.
Like, Islam was meant to fight Armin. And Armin pulled out. And then he was meant to fight Charles. Charles pulled out. Like, it's like, It's like not Islam's fault. I'm just saying, I think, like, in my eyes, Islam would be, I keep getting the names mixed up. Islam would be my pound for pound. Ilya would be 2.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. But
The level of competitions that Ilya has versed is better. He's done it
The thing I did concede is he has now done 2 divisions, whereas Islam hasn't. But so if Islam goes up and wins against JDM, does that mean Islam will take back pound for pound?
I think it's right. I think he probably.
If so, then I'm fine with it.
I think he probably would.
If he beats JDM, does he immediately take back number 1 pound for pound?
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, you know what? That means they just base it on Ilya being a 2 pound champion versus Islam being a 1. Then I'm like, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if Islam beats JDM, he probably jumps back up.
Yeah.
I still think Dvorak deserves the number 1 spot, regardless.
I just think Ilya's better. Islam's better. Man, I got to get these names right.
Yeah.
They're too close, man. There we go.
I think.
Yeah. I just think Islam's better.
I think he deserves it.
I don't know who win. I think Islam wins in a fight between the 2 of them.
DeAndre Ayton signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers.
Okay, their offseason hasn't been as bad.
2 years.
Still bad, but not great.
2 year, 34 mil.
17 a year.
Yeah.
Dang. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. I loved Ilya's performance. I got to say, my girlfriend's mum said after the fight, I was sitting there, I didn't say a word. Her brother didn't say a word. We just sat there looking at the TV for like 5 minutes. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't believe this happened. She goes, oh, at least you got to watch him for 2 minutes.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's so good. I watched Olivier get knocked down and then knocked out in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. I was like, that just sums up the fight. It just sums up how it went.
Poor Charles.
He had no chance in there. I actually was not confident at all. When he was in there, I was like, no.
Me neither. All right.
Ilya just looked so good, and I was like, oh, it's over.
As soon as he started his walkout, he came out, he was fucking smiling, like on his way to the octagon. I'm like,
Because when the fight started, Ilya just walked at him. Didn't run at him, and Charles runs in and just stood there. Ilya just walked at him, and I was like, I don't know why, but that walk just made me go, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt.
Poor Charles.
Yeah, it's sad.
Poor Charles.
Yes. That was meant to be a really good fight, and it had a good knockout, but it wasn't a good fight.
Overall, though, the event,
Very good event.
it was a great event.
I watched 3 fights, so I was quite happy.
It was a really good
I
event.
was very happy, yeah.
So,
But that's going to wrap up episode 17 of the Off the Bench podcast, where we talked about a lot of free agency.
yeah.
And we talked about UFC weekend. Very sad. But yeah. It's very early in the morning. I'm very tired.
Yeah, me too.
We got up early to do this episode because somebody was busy. But that's okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
All right. Later.